Today, we're going to be talking about the Russian War 2022. My name is Hakeem Brown, and this is Pop City Culture.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother. Welcome to the most listened to international podcast around the world. Hakeem and Reggie Brown are two young African-American boys speaking the truth. This is Pop City Culture.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Reggie Brown. That's right, back again with another awesome episode of Pop City Culture. 4 kids, 5 kids. So anyways, we got some drama going on today. No, yes sir, man, yes sir. I guess Russia is invading Ukraine, man. It is something else. I thought I'd never seen nothing like this stuff you see in the history books. But anyways, I'm gonna pass this off to big dog, my brother, Reggie Brown. Pass that baton off. Here you go, Reggie.
Well, thank you, Hakeem.
Yeah, you're welcome, my brother.
So, we have some interesting stuff going on in the world today.
A lot of stuff.
Unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
You would think that all this war stuff would be done with. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly
what I'm saying, Reggie?
I know exactly what you're saying, my brother. Because man, this is like some barbaric kind of stuff going on.
Yeah, but I guess Russia is invading
Ukraine. Yeah.
And I hate to say Russia
Stupid.
because it's almost like when we say Russia, we're like lumping everybody together.
Yeah.
Like in one big pot.
Yeah, when it's just
But it's
Putin,
like their leader and
know?
they're following this guy. The Russians are following it. They aren't even stopping this guy. You would think,
man. Like blindly,
and,
man. I know exactly what you're saying. It's terrible, man.
It's just sort of sad. But anyways, we got some information.
Yeah, we got a lot of information.
So
listen to
first,
this off, people.
I don't know if a lot of people don't know who Vladimir is.
Man, who don't know who that
do
joker
you know who he
is?
is?
I know exactly who that is, man.
Reggie?
Man, some guy sort of like a thug, man. He was like in the KGB, and he got a lot of money too. But this guy, man, seems like a power trip, man. Wants to unify Russia back again and all that stuff. It's crazy, crazy out there.
I know he has a son, and I think he has a daughter.
Yeah, he has a daughter.
And he's married.
Yeah, think he has two brothers. Too.
He has some siblings too. I think he has 2 of them.
Yeah, 2 brothers.
Albert and Victor.
2 brothers. Yeah.
But this is the thing. This guy here, man. He's like
crazy.
I don't know if there's something wrong with this guy, but anyways,
a lot wrong with this dude, man.
We're gonna
no respect for nobody.
We're gonna break it on down to everybody.
Break
here.
it on down.
Everybody here's gotta know what's going on.
Definitely gotta know what's going on because we live in the world, man. We
Reggie,
gotta live in peace,
What do you think? Do you think this is like crazy? What's going on?
Man, what is going on is beyond crazy. It's over the top. I mean, you don't see this kind of stuff today. What's wrong with this guy? We gotta live in peace.
So in his early career, Putin studied law at Leningrad State University, where his tutor was Anatoly Sobchak.
Never heard of him.
And later one of the leaders of the reform political parties in the Perestroika period. I mean, Putin served 15 years as foreign intelligence, so he was in the KGB.
Man, that's a rough outfit, man.
Yeah, the KGB, man, that is something else. He was on a committee for state security, including 6 years in East Germany. So, I guess in 1990 he retired from active KGB service with the rank of lieutenant colonel and returned to Russia to become
what? You good? You good?
Prorector of Leningrad State University with responsibility for the institution's external relations.
Man, you gotta practice them names, man.
Reggie, calm down, Reggie. So,
I'm just saying, man.
Hang on,
gotta
Reggie.
concentrate. Go on.
So soon after, Putin became an advisor to Sobchak, the first democratically elected mayor of St. Petersburg. He quickly won Sobchak's confidence and became known for his ability to get things done. And by 1994, he had risen to the post of first deputy mayor. I mean, this guy has a huge resume. This guy, and hang on a second, because I know I wanted to say this. I mean, he is the president of Russia, and I think he's been in there.
Dude's been in there too long, too many terms, man.
1999.
Yep.
to 2008. So he was in there 8 years, 128 days. And then he went back in 2012 to president. So this guy just loves being president. This guy's got a lot of power.
This guy's got way too much power, man. And people follow this guy. I mean, if he's that bad, why are they following this dude? I just don't understand it, man. You know what I'm saying? You know?
And from what I hear, he's like very dangerous. Dangerous dude.
Real dangerous, man. I hear that stuff too. He was in KGB. He was in KGB.
Man. So, do you know
what?
Hey, Reggie. Do you know how much Putin is worth?
$1 billion. I bet he's worth $1 billion. You know.
You're gonna say $1 billion.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna break it on down to you.
All right.
Theories emerge on how Russian President Vladimir Putin amassed. Now listen to this. Are you listening?
I'm listening.
Are you listening, Reggie?
I'm listening.
Reggie, do I got your ear? Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening. Yeah,
listen,
go on.
200 billion fortune.
Say what? Oh my God!
This guy has got some dough.
He got
He's got a lot of money, man. I don't know how do you make $200 billion?
Steal it, shaking people down. That's how you do it.
I guess if you strong arm everybody, that'll do it.
Exactly how you do it, man. KGB, man.
And every time you see this guy, he's like got his shirt off.
I know, man.
This guy.
He loves himself. He makes selfies look like onesies.
Yeah. Yeah, he loves himself. I guess
does.
he thinks his body's like the boom diggity.
The more than the boom diggity.
What do you think he looks like in his head?
Arnold Schwarzenegger, probably.
Hey, man, don't be insulting my man Arnold Schwarzenegger. Man. I don't think he even wants to be compared to this guy.
True that.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's got some swag, man.
Yeah,
that dude's my man.
Everybody's man.
He is the boom diggity in the Terminator.
Yep.
He plays that part awesome actor.
That's right.
And I'm gonna tell you,
what are you gonna tell me? What are you gonna tell me? 'Cause I really gotta hear this.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
I think he was governor of California too.
Yeah, he was. He was really good too.
He did a really good job as governor.
Everybody
and I think he probably wanted to be mayor. And I think
probably
that guy
wanted to be president.
I would even say he wants to be president of. Do you know what?
United States.
That's
right.
The United States,
just
man.
Said.
He probably do an awesome job too.
He would.
But yeah, I'm gonna tell you. I think the other night I was watching one of his older movies called Erasure.
Mm-hmm. Good movie.
Where he would like erase people's past and give them a new path. This guy, he's a good actor, man.
He is. Good
Arnold
human being
Schwarzenegger's
too.
my man.
Everybody's man.
I'd like to meet him one day. That
too,
dude's
man.
Maybe he could pump me up. show me how to work out.
Yeah, because you got a skinny body, man.
Show me how to get some muscles.
You got a chicken chest. You got to work out, big dog.
Anyways,
all right,
anyways, so yeah, Putin. Putin don't be looking like a good man these days, man, because it looks like he's like just trying to take everything over. He ain't got no respect for nobody, and he just wants to go in there to Ukraine and say, "Hey, this is me."
Yep, take it over like a mad dog.
Do you know what he wants to do? Do you know what his end game is?
I think I don't. Anybody knows what it is. But
nobody really knows what his end game is.
Yeah,
but
maybe he wants to unify Russia back.
He definitely wants to take over Ukraine, and
Yep.
Some people say he wants to go further into Poland and all these other places.
Yeah, I know. Make it back into like the USSR. You know what I'm saying?
So Reggie, I want to ask you something. Reggie, I want you to be honest.
I'm be honest.
Can you be honest with me?
I can definitely be honest. If you want something, I'll be honest with
Do
you.
you think?
Do I think what?
Putin would have invaded Ukraine?
Yeah, and
had
what?
Had President Trump been in office?
Nope.
Listen, man. I know you be hating all over Trump.
Yeah,
and I know you don't like Trump.
No, not really.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm be honest with you.
Be honest. You be honest.
I want to hear what you honestly got to say.
I don't think he would have invaded Trump because Trump was like a crazy man. Everybody thought he, he was tough. He was like a bully.
I agree. Putin would have been scared of Trump because
he was terrified of Trump.
All them leaders were all scared of Trump. Trump would say it how it is.
Trump's like a bully, man.
And,
that's why, man.
Now this is the thing. Why do you think now that President Biden is president? Why do you think Putin decided to invade?
Because Biden's a pushover.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
seems like he's a pushover. Like he's a
Putin
little
don't
bit
seem
weak.
like he's scared of Biden. But do you
He
think
ain't.
Biden's a good president?
What, is there a right or wrong answer or
listen.
something? Are you
Listen,
trying to catch
there
me?
ain't no wrong or right answer. I just want to know: do you think Biden is a good president?
Absolutely. He's absolutely one of the best presidents we ever had. Yep.
Okay, because I'm just saying under Trump that we didn't have any wars. You know.
Well, we had a terrorist attack January 6th, didn't we?
Oh, okay, all right. You can say that, but listen, I'm talking about all-out war because people are saying, in the news media, like we listen to a lot of news, but we listen to this brand new channel now, the Black News Channel. And
Yeah,
they're
good
right
channel,
on the
man.
money, man.
Yep.
They
Absolutely
actually
on
tell
the
a lot
money.
of news,
Real
and what they're
news.
saying is maybe Putin might be, if he's pushed, everybody's afraid he might use nuclear weapons. Do you think he'd be using some nuclear weapons if he has his back up against the wall and he can't be going nowhere? I mean, what do you think, huh?
Man, I think he would definitely be using some nuclear weapons. This man seems like he's sort of crazy, man. I mean, in the world today, why would you sit there and invade another country? If you put him up against the wall, he gonna be like a pit bull. I don't trust
Yeah,
him.
no,
I
it
don't
seems
trust
like
him.
nuclear weapons are always a possibility.
Yep.
And we always trying to see, why countries would even create and make nuclear weapons, if they say they ain't going to use them. But I guess in Ukraine, it was Chernobyl, from what I heard. I was reading today in the news how there may have been some nuclear plutonium left hidden behind. And now Russia is in control of Chernobyl. If I understand it right, because they had bombs going off all night.
Yeah, I heard the same thing, man. I heard the dogs in there
Yeah, so
trying to take everything.
The big thing now is
What's the
whether
big
or not
thing?
the people are safe.
Nope.
Now where the people of Ukraine, they're all hiding out, right? Because there ain't no bomb bunkers. You know where, from what I hear, they are.
From what I understand, they're in the subways. They're in the basements of churches, and they got these siren raids going off all the time,
Yeah, man, it's sort of too bad because
Yep, women and children hiding.
they I guess they don't have a lot of bomb shelters and a lot of bunkers, but hey, they're trying to do the best they can do right now, and it's sort of tough given the situation they're in right now, because nobody expected something like this to happen, especially in 2022. Who would think something like this would be happening?
Nobody, to be
So-
honest, man. I mean, nobody would think. I mean, this is like criminal.
Yeah, and like I said, there some people are comparing him. Oh, hang on a second, because I know I had something here I wanted to say. Hang on. All right, yeah. So some people are saying what Putin has in common with Hitler.
Oh, jeez,
So
here we go.
I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this to you. I'm gonna read some of this.
Read it to
y'all.
me, because this sounds sort of interesting. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna try to educate you all. Okay,
because we all want to be
so this
educated.
is
All right, go on.
this is from
Go on.
from the Spectator. So, and I think Charles Moore wrote this. So I want everybody to hear what he's got to say. It says, we are always cautioned against comparing a modern political event with those that led up to the Second World War. One could see the risk of hyperbole and slander, but Vladimir Inky Putin reinvades Ukraine. He will be making such comparisons himself. His long and bitter address on Monday showed his taste common in tyrants for historical disquisitions designed to turn grievance into aggression. He lambasted the foolishness of the Soviet leadership in the 1920s and 1930s, which he laid a mine to destroy the state immunity to the disease of nationalism with the collapse of the Soviet Union from 1989. He went on, this had led to the rise of Kiev of aggressive Russian Russophobia and neo-Nazism and parasitic attitudes, acting at all times in an extremely brash manner. Wicked oligarchs. Yes, the president hates them, apparently embezzled the legacy inherited not only from the Soviet era, but also from the Russian Empire. Now listen to this. NATO fastened on this, making Ukraine's colony run by puppets. This makes it positively virtuous in Putin's view for Russia now to intervene as peacemaker and independent and lambaste everything. Putin is displaying a righteous anger similar to Hitler as he invaded to help Germans in the Sutherlands of Danzig. Like Hitler, Putin has long published his extreme version of history, yet the democratic West paid little attention and neglected the international order. Hitler was embroidered by encountering Western leaders. He said, "Our enemies are men below average, not men of action, not masters. They are little worms. I saw them at Munich." So, yeah, they're saying he has something in common with Hitler. And the fact that he's like taking over, I mean, what do you think about him sitting there taking it over? I mean, come on, what if somebody came in your house and said, "Hey, we used to live here a long time ago, so we're taking over your house, and then we're going to take over your block"? What would you say? What would you say?
I say we don't have to throw down. I can be getting me a brick or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'd be hitting with a brick. We'd be getting out of there. Oh, now this is the thing.
What?
Everybody over there, they were given guns. I guess,
That's what I heard.
they
I
said,
heard.
the government in Ukraine said to the citizens, "We want you to raise arms. We want you to defend your country, your right, your liberties, your freedom. And you got to help protect everybody." So, yeah, they're over there protecting themselves, fighting for that freedom.
Bottom line, if you don't fight for your freedom ain't gonna fight for you, and you ain't gonna be recognized.
I'm gonna tell you,
know?
this is more than historic. Okay, I mean, never in my life, or I'm sure your life, would you ever have thought something like you'd be seeing something like this? Would you?
I never thought I'd be seeing something like this.
Yeah, I know.
It's criminal.
And in my opinion, it is pretty amazing.
Amazing, man. I'd say it's pretty sad, man.
And
Real
it's
sad.
pretty sad because
Yep.
you would think people would be more civilized nowadays and just leave people alone. You would think the world would live for peace.
You would think.
That's right, peace.
Preach it, my brother. I know you should be throwing a sermon on this.
It seems like this dude, he just don't want peace. This dude he just wants to be fighting.
He wants war, man.
He just wants to be biting. But you know what?
That's how his brain's wired.
I guess some people are just like that. Which brings us to what?
The words of wisdom. All right, take it away, my brother.
Long ago, when the human race were hunters and gatherers, it was all for one and one for all. There was no sharing, just taking. There was no real respect, just Neanderthals thinking we're the only ones and we're the biggest ones and we can do whatever we want because we're the toughest. Through the years, there have been wars to conquer people as well as land, from thugs to leaders to nations and politicians. But you know what? This year is 2022. And you would think that human beings would have evolved from that stupid way of thinking. You would think that we as people would stand for something bigger. You would think people would not stand for what's going on. The Russian leaders, whose name must not be spoken, is hell-bent on what people call the unification of Russia. Yet the people of Ukraine want to be free from the tyranny they were under years before. The leader of Russia, from what I understand, has put a death notice on the president of Ukraine and his family. This is sick and unimaginable. Yet the rest of the world sits by and watches like weak sheep. There have been horrible atrocities in the past with evil groups taking over countries and murdering people in the last 100 years. Those who followed the insane little man were held responsible for war crimes against humanity. I wonder if the Russians who know what's right from wrong, who know in their heart what they are doing is illegal and cruel, I wonder if they will be held to the same order, if they will have their day in court. Let's face it, if a woman gets attacked and people stand by and watch and they do nothing, absolutely nothing, but watch, they are equally as guilty. When all of this is over, I wonder how many of the guilty will be prosecuted to the full extent of the world court law. Or will this be swept under the rug, like so many other crimes in humanity? And these are my words of wisdom.
Yo, my brother, that was really good. Thank you for that. Now it's time for the closing of the show. I'm going to pass it off to my brother.
I want to thank you for joining us here on Pop City Culture, and thank you for making us one of the most listened to podcasts around the world. Our success is your success. You can download our past podcasts and enjoy them any time of the day, morning, noon, or night. I'll see you next time here on Pop City Culture, where we give you 3 cups of sunshine and a pinch of attitude. And as always, be kind and affectionate to one another. Remember whose you are. Peace.
Man, talking about sweeping stuff under the rug. Got political leaders taking over other countries. Man, that's some foul mess. Man, that's some mess. That guy needs to be swept under the rug.